Crushing Wall Street, the genius behind Jim Simmons' 66% average return. Imagine a world where an investor not only outperformed legends like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, Peter Lynch, George Soros, and Charlie Munger, but also left them trailing far behind. This is the tale of a financial maestro who didn't just conquer the market, but obliterated it. Buckle up because we're diving into the extraordinary journey of Jim Simmons, the ultimate investing wizard. Welcome to Wealth Wiz. We want to give you the information and resources you need to manage your money and create a bright future on this channel. We have you covered, whether you want to save, invest, or manage your debt. So be sure to click the subscribe button. And let's get started if you're prepared to join us on this financial transformational adventure. Picture this. Warren Buffett's annual average return is at 20.1%, Dalio at 13%, Lynch at a respectable 29.2%, Soros at 20%, and the wise Charlie Munger at 19.8%. Now, brace yourself because Jim Simmons didn't just break these records. He shattered them with an astonishing 66% average return over a whopping 31 years. We're not talking about a few years of lucky breaks. We're talking about consistent dominance that's practically unheard of. Let's break down the mind-blowing achievement in a way that hits closer to home. Picture this. You decide to invest just $100. Nothing too fancy. Imagine if every year, like clockwork, that humble 100 turned into a whopping 66% more. You might think, wait, really that much? Yes, really. After 31 years of this impressive money magic, that small sum would magically transform into an astounding $665 million or $810,000. It's like watching a small seed grow into an enormous money tree, reaching for the sky. What's even more astonishing is that Simmons didn't pull off this incredible feat in a quick sprint. No, sir. He did it over a marathon of decades. Just think about it. Year after year, his investments didn't just grow. They exploded into something unimaginably huge. This wasn't some fleeting stroke of luck. It was a long-term journey that turned pennies into fortunes. It's like turning a steady trickle into a roaring river of wealth. So wrap your mind around this spectacular financial adventure that Jim Simmons embarked upon. One that defies the ordinary and redefines the limits of possibility. But how in the world did he manage to achieve such a mind-boggling accomplishment? What's the special ingredient that made Jim Simmons so incredibly successful in the complex world of finance? Get ready because we're about to dive into the strategies he used that have amazed people for years. Picture this as a treasure map leading to a vault of financial wisdom. Jim Simmons had a set of brilliant strategies that were like magic tricks for making money in the unpredictable world of investments. These strategies weren't just ordinary tricks, they were legendary moves that left everyone in awe. Imagine having a secret recipe that turns plain ingredients into the most delicious meal you've ever tasted. Simmons had a bunch of these secret strategies up his sleeve that made him stand out in the tricky world of money making. So get ready to uncover these treasure troves of knowledge that have kept people scratching their heads and wondering, how on earth did he do it? You see, Jim Simmons isn't your typical investor who relies on gut feelings, hunches, or market rumors. No, he's a quant, a numbers guru, and a mathematical virtuoso. Even in his early days, math was his muse. Armed with a bachelor's and PhD in mathematics, Simmons has hooked on the beauty of numbers. But little did he know that this obsession would not only revolutionize cryptography at the National Security Agency but also led him to Wall Street's most coveted throne. The journey began with traditional approaches. In the early 1980s,
quantitative analysis wasn't quite a thing yet. Models and algorithms were a distant dream. People traded on gut feelings, perceptions, and homemade strategies. Simmons too began like this, relying on intuition and instinct. And guess what? Unlike most, he succeeded. But he felt that emotional turmoil and the roller coaster of uncertainty. He desired a method where money making wasn't just luck, and profits were more of a calculated certainty, just like a casino's guaranteed edge. This desire sparked the transformation that would change the game forever. Before we go any further, let me extend a sincere invitation to you to join our expanding community. You can access a range of financial material by subscribing to our channel, including in-depth guides, useful advice, and expert interviews. Therefore, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button to become a member of our money family right away. Simmons sought anomalies, those quirky market behaviors that defied explanation. Imagine noticing that every year leading up to Christmas, a certain stock's price consistently surged. No explanations are needed, just data-driven profits. This was the crux of Simmons' anomaly hunting. He didn't care why it happened, he cared that it did.
And then he capitalized on it. Trends were his next playground. Back then, commodities were a hotbed of trends. Simmons zoomed into the data, saw trends forming, and profited from them. Imagine a field of wheat, fluctuating in price due to supply and demand shifts. Simmons didn't care about the why, he cared about the pattern. If it trended up, he bought. If it trended down, he shorted. It was like a money printing press of the mind. But as others caught on to these methods, he needed to evolve. That's when he ventured into the art of reversion prediction. The idea? Stocks tend to revert to certain metrics or averages. Say Apple's price oscillates around its tangible book value, sometimes below, sometimes above, but always back to that value. Simmons didn't seek reasons. He saw patterns. Buy below, sell above, repeat. Now, assembling a team of mere investors wouldn't cut it. Simmons went rogue. He sought the Avengers of academia, physicists, mathematicians, and astronomers. Geniuses who cared about numbers, not market noise. They were his partners, not employees, incentivized to profit. Their collective brain power became his secret weapon. Leverage? Oh, the leverage. Simmons didn't play with his own money. He played with borrowed funds. For every dollar, he borrowed 17. The Medallion Fund, his flagship, became a playground for these borrowed funds. It was like borrowing a fast car to win a high-stakes race and returning it afterward, over and over again. Emotion? That's for mere mortals. Simmons and his team traded with cold, calculated logic. To them, it was a puzzle, an equation, a scientific experiment. Variables were tweaked, data was analyzed, and profits emerged. Machine learning became his right-hand tool, crunching numbers faster than a human brain could blink. Through thousands of trades and countless tests, Simmons stood immune to the emotional tumult that plagued others. So for all those math nerds and high IQ beings out there, here's a thought. Maybe your future isn't solely in labs, classrooms, or engineering projects. Perhaps, like Jim Simmons, you could reshape the world of finance. Embrace the quant way, decode anomalies, surf trends, predict reversions, and let machines do your bidding. Jim Simmons, the enigmatic math savant, turned Wall Street into his playground, rewriting the rules of investing. He proved that numbers hold the key, that emotion has no place at the trading table, and that a team of brilliant minds can outshine an army of investors. So if you're ready to step beyond the ordinary, take a page from Simmons' playbook. After all, as he demonstrated, when math meets finance, magic happens. Thank you for watching today's video. We sincerely hope that it was enlightening and helpful for your financial journey. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you liked it and want to see more like it.